Welcome back to Bottom of the Net. This is episode 23. This will be a basketball episode, and today we have a very special guest, and this is his first time on the EP, on the podcast. This is EJ, and he has his own podcast called A2Z Sports Talk. So everybody give him a nice warm welcome. Hopefully you'll see his face, more than just this. We got EJ back in the building. He got his own platform, 93 Ways, man. He's killing it. And you got the Bottom of the Net boys, Kyrie, Cal, and me, Cam. We back. In this episode, we will be talking about, is it time for the Clippers to get rid of Kawhi and Paul George? Is the young Pacers team a legit playoff contender? What was the best trade and the worst trade of the offseason? Is the Rudy Gobert trade the worst trade of all time? And who's their MVP so far? Let's get right into it. So our first topic, is it time for the Clippers to get rid of Kawhi and PG? AJ, please start us off.
I don't think so. I don't think so yet. I'm going to tell you, I need to see Kawhi get healthy first. And I know that's a big ask for sure. But I'm going to give it until the end of the season. I want to see Kawhi gets back. If he doesn't get back, you can make your decision that way. I think Ty Lue's if not the best coach, top 3 in the league. I think they have a tremendously deep roster. It all rides on Kawhi. We know that. I talked about it the other day, how every single team that wins it from now on's got to have at least 2 stars to do it. Like we're seeing in Dallas right now. Luka's really struggling with what he's got over there. Spencer Dinwiddie's not that guy. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Okay, EJ.
I feel like if it don't work this year, it's time to cut that shit off, man. It's wraps, bro. Like if it don't work this year, bro, it's done, man. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing the same shit every year, bro. Every year it's like, oh man, they're automatic championship contenders, and not like, bro, it's every year, bro. Y'all say this shit every time, and it's getting annoying now. Like when you seeing these dudes sitting out, they not playing. It's like, bro, you know how many people would love to be playing in the NBA right now, bro? That they gonna play on them injuries. These dudes is hella privileged, man. This is privilege at its finest, bro. If it don't work this year, bro, they gotta get rid of them dudes, man. It just look bad, bro. I went to the game. I actually went to the Clipper game, and
watch your boys.
I went to watch them play, bro. I was up close, bro. We was in the 100 sections, bro. we was watching them close, and we got to see. I went to 2 games. I went to see. I wanted to see Kawhi the first game. It was my birthday. Kawhi didn't play. I'm like, per usual, and so Paul George went crazy. They still lost to the Nets that game. Then the next game I got to see Kawhi play. Kawhi played like trash. He just don't look in sync right now. Like they were trying to get him in there, getting him rolling. He just don't look good, man. Like his midi ain't there. He looked like he's scared to attack. It's due to him being injured for so long, but that's a problem, bro. Like for me, I'm looking at it like if I'm pretty sure they rest him this long because they want to save him for the playoffs. But if they don't come in the playoffs going stupid, hang it up, man. The whole operation, it need to be done pronto.
Okay, Kai.
Perspective. I feel the same way. I feel like we can't really just throw it all away right now. It's still kind of early. But they played like a total of like 110 games together.
That's terrible.
Horrible.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like they've been together for how long? It's like year 3, year 4, something like that. Year 4. So I'm like, well, that's equivalent to like a season in like the playoffs. Like that's ridiculous. But with the addition of John Wall, they got a couple extra pieces. You feel me? I still got to see how it all mixes together. But like, I feel like if they were to get rid of Paul George and Kawhi, what's the market? Like, what are they going to get for those 2 players? Like, I feel like it is not much out there for real. So besides picks, like, do they really want to rebuild right now, or do they feel like they have enough to contend at least? You feel me?
Yeah.
Kyle.
Where they fucked up was when they traded all their picks to OKC for Paul George. Like, you don't do that. That's the stupidest thing you can do. I feel like they have to rebuild. because you could already see what they've shown. Like whatever they've shown is what it is. Like they can't stay healthy. They can't stay on the court together. It makes no sense for them to play with each other at this point of their careers. They're probably going to be past their primes once they start playing with each other. Even though Kawhi and PG are phenomenal players, we've seen what Paul George has done in the playoffs. He's been terrible. Kawhi, he can't stay on the court. So we gotta trade them. That's the only option I see. Trade them.
I agree with Cal, 100%. 100%. It's time. I'm not waiting this whole season just to keep them on my damn bench. Trade them. Y'all been together for 4 years. Go to the playoffs. Underwhelming. Regular season, y'all sit. And let's be honest, like AJ said earlier, y'all team always has depth. Like, you guys have the players to win. And you got two of the best small forwards in the NBA. Or whatever you want to call Paul George, shooting guard. You know, he's a tweener. But it's just, at the end of the day, you got the stars. You got the pieces. You have the coach. What's holding y'all back? These two dudes who refuse to play. Or something's always wrong with them. And I still think they have trade value because when they do play, they're one of the best in the NBA. But they got to find their rhythm, and that takes too long. So it's like, get a couple draft picks. Just even get a young star, something. Just get rid of them. It's time.
What does that trade look like, though?
Realistically, I don't know. Because would you package them or would you separate them? Because if you package them, that's a lot of money to pay. So it's just like, if you separate them, I know teams are going to be more willing to bite on it.
My thing is, who's gonna give up enough to get him? It's not going to be a young team rebuilding, giving up picks. They're going to want to keep their picks.
True.
If we're talking he's not reliable with his injury right now. Mm-hmm. I just don't. I like the idea of trading him. I just don't know who's going to get it. And my thing is, he came. You guys remember all the ups in the off season? Dude was jacked. He looked completely right. He looked good. Then he hasn't played. I even the first couple games, he was coming off first game against the Lakers. He was hooping off the bench. He had like 15 or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. If he's actually banged up, that's different. If we're just kind of resting him and playing him soft, I don't get it.
No, it's the weight. It's the weight. If you see him, he's too big. Like he has to. Even if he trims down, he's probably not going to be as strong as he used to be. So it's like he's in between. He's stuck in between a rock and a hard place. It's either I get smaller and I lose my strength, or I stay this way and I continue to get injured. So he has to pick his poison. I'd rather get smaller, lose a little bit of strength, and still have my moves and still could hoop, rather than be on the bench and do nothing.
Yeah. We'll see.
They're staying healthy like a skill? Is that like at this point?
Skill nowadays. Shit.
Yeah, it has to be. You gotta maintain your body, bro. That's your temple. You gotta maintain it.
If I'm the Clippers GM, I'm frustrated. I'm out here, got the two, like I said, they both of them are great two-way players. Kawhi's arguably the best two-way player of all time, arguably, when he's healthy and plays. It's just like, yo, bro, I'm paying all this money for y'all to just sit down. I want to make a run. I want to make the Clippers an actual championship team for once. We ain't never seen that. Like,
nah.
You have every piece. It's just like, yo, bro, y'all gotta play. As a GM, y'all gotta play, bro. Ain't no more load management. Y'all gotta play.
Yeah, and the thing, my bad to cut you off. I think with them too, like them coming in and out the lineup, it messes up chemistry of the team, like what's going on, you know what I mean? It's messing it up. Like I feel like Terrence Mann beginning to pick something up, you know what I mean, with them being out, like he's beginning to catch a little rhythm like he was we seen before in the past few years or whatever with him. I like John Wall off the bench throwing hella dimes, bro. Like eventually you can insert him in the lineup, but then when you got Paul George and Kawhi keep coming in and out, you don't know when they gonna leave. It start killing the chemistry of the team. So even if they make a push or whatever towards the playoffs, and then one of them come back, it's like how they gonna look when they get back into the lineup. So that's just making it real tricky for them too. So I kind of am on edge with like trade them now, low key, because you know what I mean. See what you can get out there, but I don't know, man. It's an iffy question, man.
Yeah.
I feel like rubbing off on the young players the wrong way too, though. Like them sitting in and out, load management.
Facts. Like you could be like, oh, like you're not playing, but I'm playing. Like, how does that look? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, how does that look? I'm hooping out here. I'm giving everything, and you got this big ass contract, and you're not hooping. Like that's crazy.
That just comes
option in his contract. Like he could pick. Feel me? Like it gotta be something.
Little quick side topic. Do you guys feel like the NBA has to do something with the whole load management thing?
I think they can't do anything with it.
It ain't much they could do for real.
Yeah, it's like if I want to sit, it's my body.
So
if I don't feel good today,
does it come down to like GMs putting something in those players' contracts like, yo, you have to play this X amount of games? Just how the Pelicans did that whole weight clause with Zion. Can you do something like that?
That's interesting.
Because I get it. Yeah, lose money, something. Like I get it if you're legit injured, like you legit can't play. But it's just like load management. Come on, bro. You jeopardizing playoff spot. You jeopardizing a certain seed to go into the playoffs. You're jeopardizing something else. And like I said, especially with young dudes, it's like you start hooping. This young dude's going up now. Oh, let me come back and just ruin what he got going on. So it's just like, Can there be a clause in a contract like, yo, you have to play 70 games? It's a must. If you're healthy, you have to play 70 games. Because we do live in a day and age where the technology, you could stay healthy. LeBron pays $1.5 million a year to take care of his body. Granted, not everybody has LeBron money, but I know in them top tier NBA facilities, you guys could stay healthy.
Yeah,
I just don't know. Asking in if we ever, the truth is with that. Like right now, when they're sitting Kawhi, they're not load management. They're saying it's his was. So I guess we never really know. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
So do you think that trade will go down as one of the worst trades of all time?
No.
Well, I mean the Paul George trade.
Mm-mm.
No. For all those picks?
I'm not gonna say it's the worst because one of the worst. Because OKC is still yet to make the jump with all those picks. They haven't made that acceleration or uphill yet. They only had it with Chris Paul for a bit, and Chris Paul left. But with the Clippers, they don't play, but they always do make playoffs. So it's just like, I'm not going to call it the worst trade. Now, if they never made playoffs and they're always like a bottom seed team, then I'll call it. But they always make playoffs no matter what we say. They always make playoffs.
Y'all gonna, when we get into that topic, bro, we gonna definitely talk about the worst trade of all time, bro. And it ain't Rudy Gobert. Y'all gonna be laughing when y'all hear this shit.
Oh, y'all gonna hate me.
So we're gonna roll into our next topic, and I feel like this is gonna be. I'm curious about y'all takes. Is this young Pacers team a legit playoff contender? And they are sitting at the 5 seed right now, and their record is 12-10.
Did you say playoff or play in?
Playoff.
I don't think so. I think Halliburton's exciting. I think Mathurin's exciting. I think pieces like Buddy Hield and Miles Turner are great. But we see with the Jazz, and I have the Jazz on right now actually, but I'm watching this Jazz team and I'm like, started at the 1 seed, for the first 2 weeks. It's such a long season. Yeah. Such a long season. And I feel like they're so young, besides like Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, that they're going to hit that wall at some point. That they're going to be, bodies aren't used to this, being that young. I'm talking Mathurin. I'm talking Andrew Nembhard. I think Halliburton's a dog. I think he's going to continue to do this. But I think they're actually going to fall to that play-in spot. And at that point, I think they'll probably end up moving Miles Turner and Buddy Hield at some point in the season. And then just they're in a rebuild. I personally came into the season thinking they were league. Have surprised me in that aspect, but I don't see him. I don't see him making the playoffs.
Okay, EJ.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I mean, I think they're gonna make the play-in. If they win in there, I'm not quite sure yet. You know what I mean? Like what he was saying, it's a long season, so I really can't tell you if they gonna make a stride in the playoffs. I feel like they they might surprise somebody in the play-in, and then you know what I mean, like play somebody a real seasoned team in the East in the AFC somewhere, and then end up losing. I feel like that would most likely what happen to them. But then I got this other side of me. It was like I feel like their ceiling is really high. You know what I mean? Going into the next year, they got like a full lineup, man. Them hard. I like Jalen Smith. I feel like that was a fire trade, man.
I hate the fact the Suns gave him up. I hate it.
They should not.
They even play him, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy because when he used to get in for Aiden and all, I used to be like, yo, this dude mad talented, bro. Like, yeah.
But we're gonna hear.
And you seeing
with the goggles.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bet on Cameron Payne.
That was horrible. Man. But yeah, like Jalen, bro, he a monster, man. And then Turner's really inconsistent. But you know, when he play. You know what I mean? So I feel like with Tyrese and Mathurin, bro, like they got a fire squad for next year. I feel like next year and the years to come, if they keep the squad together, they could be something special. It almost like with the Celtics, we knew coming in this year they was gonna be something special. Like I feel like that for the Pacers. Like they're gonna be something special for the years to come. Like this year, no, I don't think they're gonna make no crazy push in the playoffs or anything like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. If it happened, I'd be like, wow, okay. Yeah, I could have seen it coming for sure.
Okay. Kai?
I sort of feel the same way. I feel like a play-in. But playoffs, them being like a 6-7 seed, I don't see that happening. Cause I'm sitting here looking at the Eastern Conference standings, and the Pacers they're above the Nets, the Sixers, the Raptors, the Heat, the Wizards. I feel like any of those teams right there could really catch fire throughout the season, like post All-Star break. You feel me? Like the standards are going to be a lot different. I mean, even the Bulls, because Lonzo should be back by All-Star break. I feel like I don't know how long he's out for.
Don't talk about
but I feel like
right now.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's a good player though, but he will make a huge improvement to what the Bulls got going on. But it's just too many teams. Like too many teams. I could see for sure next year if they could find a way to package or get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner to different places for different pieces, or I mean they could put it together, but. You know, it's Indiana. You know how I feel about them. You in and you out.
Cal?
I'm gonna piggyback off what Kai said. Like, the East is really good because we have the Heat. He said the Wizards. I mean, even the Knicks are a little bit better than them. You have the Nets, my Bulls. We could all jump and get hot. And they're the 6th seed, so it's early. It's too early. I want to say they're a playing team, but they're tough. Tyrese is tough. It's just that they don't play too much defense, bro. They got to play defense, and that's what struggles. That's where they struggle the most. Their defense. So they got to find a big who can play solid defense. Jalen is tough. They should trade Buddy. And keep Miles. I say trade Buddy and keep Miles. I like Miles there to play the 4, and Jalen come off the bench. You don't like Miles at the 4? Why you made a face, Cam?
He shoots, but he's actually a solid shot blocker. But when it comes to his inconsistency, it's not. Because he just
that's injuries. He can't stay on the court.
It's just the problem is he doesn't want to play for Indiana. That's what it's just like I'm gonna play lackluster. I don't want to be here right now. I'm trying to force a trade out. So that's it. But
has he vocalized that? Has he said?
Bro, anytime there's something to talk about a trade, he'd be the first person to talk about it. Like when the Lakers wanted him, he came out and spoke about it. He was like, me and Buddy Hield would be a great package for the Lakers. He wants to leave, but. I'm going to sit here and disagree with all you guys. I have hope for this young team. I think they could stay in that spot as a 5th seed. Obviously, they got to pick up with the lackluster defense. But like y'all all said, it's early in the season. They have time to improve that because those teams under them 76ers can't get it together right now. The Heat can't get it together. The Wizards can't get it together. The Knicks can't get it together right now. Neither can the Bulls. Nets, they're finding their rhythm and they're winning games. So that I expect the Nets to take that seed and take that jump over them. But just how those teams need the time to fix what they got going, Indiana could fix their defense because that's their only issue. They have 5 players averaging double digits, damn near 6. They got the assists. They got the rebounds. They just need to work on defense. And my take with Halliburton, I think he has that Ja Morant effect as in chemistry-wise. He knows how to build chemistry on a team. Like, if you see Indiana play, those dudes are having fun. They're having fun. And when a team's having fun, that's a scary sight. Because if we look at that Memphis team, bro, those guys are subpar. Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson's your next 2 best players. But, they be rolling. So it's just like, I think they could stay in the spot they're in, maybe get out of the first round, and that's it.
The thing is, they don't have perimeter defense. That's what scares me.
I could agree. Who else? I could agree. I'm not gonna sit here and disagree with that. But like I said, I think they got the time to figure out a defensive scheme. You know
I'm worried about them because they from the Paul George, Danny Granger era to now, they've been mid the whole way. They've never been bad to where they could never rebuild fully. That was supposed to be this year. And so, yes, they're exciting right now. For me, I'd rather, if I'm an Indiana fan, which I'm not, but if I was an Indiana fan, I would want them to personally just tank it all. And I know they're exciting right now and it's fun, but I would rather say they get halfway through the year and they're like in a play-in spot. At that point, I'm like, do we just want to go get beat up in the play-in and then get like a mid first round pick and then not do anything with it? Or do we want to trade Buddy, trade Miles? If we win, we win, but let these young guys grow and get picks for it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know about tank.
Yeah, tank, bro.
They're not bad, bro. All they're missing is
they're
that
not
one
good.
piece.
They're not good enough.
Yes,
they're not good enough.
Bro.
Scrap
You
it
think
all.
they're good enough, bro? To beat who?
You look, I'm calling it now. They're gonna stay in the 5 to 8 seed range for the rest of the season. And this season comes, you lose first round, cool. This is when, like I said earlier, take Buddy, take Miles, go get pieces. I'd go get a better vet, or I'll go get a better big, and I promise you they get rolling. Or get a 3-and-D player, a dude like Torrey Craig or something like that. Just find a defensive, find your perimeter defender. Because, like Cal said, that's what they're missing for defense for real. They're benching.
But who in the market? Who's in the market? OG? Maybe OG.
It doesn't matter who's in the market, bro. It's whatever team wants to take that trade. And Toronto is never giving OG up.
You think so?
We are not.
You wouldn't give up
we
OG
not
for
OG.
Toronto.
You're not giving up OG for
not a
no.
I got the hat on now. No.
He said I got the hat on. Nah, they love OG. OG's a great 3-and-D guy. His defense is great.
That's what I'm saying.
He scores. They would not get rid of him.
He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
So let me give you this trade: Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, and 2 first rounds for OG. You're not taking that.
I don't think Toronto's giving.
They're not doing that, though.
What? No. Look.
Okay.
Go ahead. As a Toronto Raptors fan, go ahead, AJ. Go ahead. Go ahead, AJ. I don't think Toronto gives it up, though.
I gotta say, what we're missing right now is a big. Like Pascal's running some 5. We have starting at the 5 the other night. He's like 6'7". Coloco's been solid, but he's still young and like doesn't know a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, if that's the killed another great shooter, Buddy's one of my favorite players ever since he was at Oklahoma. You have him, and you got your big, and then you got a couple picks. I love OG, but yeah, I'll say deuces to OG if that's
I don't think Toronto gives that up.
Plus, Gary is not a great shooter. He's inconsistent as fuck. I love Gary Trent, but I can't. He doesn't do anything for me.
Fred.
I do have to say, like, as much as I love OG and I would put him off a lot, our whole team is filled with lesser OG Anunoby. Scotty Barnes, Chris Boucher, guys are long, athletic. Mm-hmm. You shoot even Otto Porter, who's a lot younger than what I thought. Otto Porter's like 29, which I thought he was like 35. So, like, you have a bunch of guys that collectively, and Scotty's going to continue to grow, that could fill that spot.
I ain't gonna lie. If I'm Toronto, I'm not giving it up.
Doing that trade up?
Well,
Maybe.
to piggyback off of what AJ said, and this is like the hidden gem about Toronto. One of their coaches, I know this is about to sound bad, but have like a African player pipeline, bro, to get centers from Africa. Siakam, Boucher, and I how do you say the other guy's name?
Koloko?
Yeah.
Koloko?
Koloko's a great shot blocker. He's still young, has room to grow, and they're helping with him with it. Boucher's a great shot blocker. He's working on his 3-ball. Siakam, I don't know. He always gets the job done. He just always does it. So it's just like to give up OG just for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, I don't think they'll go for it. Miles Turner can't stay healthy. Buddy Hield is a good shooter, but Buddy Hield also goes through his droughts his damn self. So I would wait until I would wait till Otto Porter comes back and just roll. Like if that trade ever came back, I wouldn't take it. Let Otto Porter come back healthy because Otto Porter could shoot the ball and just keep it rolling with what you got.
You mentioned
I think that.
Well, go ahead. AJ.
Oh, go ahead.
real quick. You mentioned their connection with African players. It's Masai Ujiri, their owner.
Yeah,
he's from Kenya. Like all these connections that way, but yeah,
it's a pipeline.
Go ahead, EJ.
Yeah, like I think for the Raptors though, like they somewhere down the line, I feel like y'all gonna need some type of trade or something to get that team to the next level. Because y'all a fire team, bro. Y'all a dope team, but it's like I don't feel like y'all not gonna beat that top team in the East. Like y'all not gonna beat the Celtics. I couldn't see y'all beating the Celtics in a battle. You know what I mean? Like. Y'all just need. I feel like y'all just need one more something, some type of tweak to get y'all really rolling, bro.
The something is a star player. It's not to trade for guys like Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. They need a star. That team, like you said, is built well, but that piece missing is a star player, which was Kawhi. That's why they got to the chip so damn easily, bro. Like it's the perfect team once you throw a star in there.
I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, real quick here. As a Raptors fan, I'm only scared of the Sixers, and that sounds crazy. We match up
right now.
We match up. Yes, I'll tell you why. We match up well against the Celtics. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum players, OG, Scotty, Boucher, Otto Porter, Siakam. Like we're so long athletic, we create problems, and that's why we stopped Giannis. We built that wall and he couldn't get through. That thing. With Embiid, we have no matchup. Like literally, we just throw different bodies at him. We had Scotty Barnes guarding him for like half the series, and it's like it's tough. So personally, like I think we match up, and I think we're one game over after tonight. Maybe 2 games over now. But overall, man, I mean, I'm not scared of anybody, but like a Nuggets or in the East being Philly because they got the bigs.
Okay.
Y'all think real quick, y'all think Washington could piece it together real quick? You think they add a piece or two they up there?
Nah.
They need a bench. They need a bench. They need a bench bad.
They don't play defense either. They're another team that doesn't play defense. If you watch their games, it's always high scoring. It's always like 120 to 130. Like, what are y'all doing out there? Y'all just hooping.
Yeah, all offense. All offense.
Jeez, I can't hear Kyrie real well. Who'd you say?
I said the Washington Wizards.
I can't hear him real well.
He said the Washington Wizards.
Wizards?
Washington,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, because the Wizards is like one of those teams. Like they're like the Pacers, kinda.
Pacers play better defense than them. They play no defense, bro. No.
That's the thing.
They play zero defense in DC, bro.
Yeah, they don't.
Zero. Pacers play a little bit.
I think they should have never gave Bradley that contract, but that's another.
Again, who else are they going to give it to? They wasn't going to trade him, so here, take it.
True.
But we're going to roll into our next topic of what was the best trade this offseason and what was the worst trade this offseason. AJ?
Oh, before we hopped into this, we were talking like I used it as like offseason additions. That's pretty much what I took this as. Trade wise, all agree it's got to be Spida, number one. Not only has he kind of catapulted that team, but moving forward, saw it last year. They didn't have that, like, I don't want to say veteran presence because Donovan's not old. He's that number one guy that they can rely on when they need a bucket. But DeJounte Murray has helped lead that Hawks team to a 4 seed. Then part of that Donovan Mitchell trade. I mean, look what Lauri Markkanen's doing over there and in Utah. Like, who would have thought that? My worst, and we're gonna get into the whole Rudy Gobert thing. It's got to be Rudy. We can all agree to some extent about that. Couple like little additions that have literally sucked. PJ Tucker, he go like 6 games without scoring. There, he's averaging 3 points a game, getting 33 mil over 3 years. And I think it was Cal mentioned JaVale McGee earlier. JaVale's getting 3 years, 17 mil, get 4 points and 2 rebounds in 9 minutes a game. So
I don't blame JaVale for that one. I blame offensive scheme and
Yeah,
a certain player.
Yeah, Jason Kidd. Yeah, Jason Kidd is a good coach.
No, don't do that. Do not do that. Jason Kidd is a good coach. And we talked about this. How can I excel as a coach if my star player just does what the hell he wants to do?
Jason Kidd, bro.
Because why is the bench unit having better ball movement, everyone's scoring, and Christian Woods is excelling off the bench? Why is the bench unit looking better than your starters?
That's actually I like that, but I see when he was over there in Milwaukee and what he did the first year, and he was low key kind of, I don't know, in the Milwaukee he was kind of, I wasn't feeling in Milwaukee either. So when I see what he doing over here in Dallas, of course, you know, Luka, we got to say something about Luka. You know what I mean? Luka, he take a lot. He take a lot of room, bro. He takes a lot of room. So I can't really say much there, but I don't know. I just don't like a lot of moves. Like certain things he does, bro, it don't make sense to me sometimes. I don't know.
Because me and Cal watch Luka very closely. So specifically for one thing and one thing only. And what timing he passes the ball. Because what I've seen this season so far is when they lose games, that means Luka was holding the ball all game.
Yeah.
When they win games, like when they beat the Knicks today, I watched that game. They beat the Knicks because that whole first half, that ball was moving. Everybody was getting touches. And now you go into that second half. Now this is where Luka takes over. All right, let me just close this game out. But Luka just doesn't understand that yet, bro. When they lost to the Pistons, Luka had the ball all game. How do you expect your role players to feel comfortable and get warm when you holding the ball the whole damn time? It's something he got to balance out and learn. But we're going to get back on topic. So, EJ, who's your worst and best trade or pickups?
Well, I feel like we all probably going to say the D Mitch and then the worst is Rudy. So I'm going to go with the second best or the second worst. Because I feel like we all go pick that. My second best pick, I feel like I really like the Kevin Huerter trade. I like that a lot. I feel like the Kings did a good job acquiring him to the team because you see what's going on there, man. He averaging a nice little 13 a game. It's working out, man. It's working out for the Kings over there. Mike Brown, the whole system.
Brown.
Yeah, he making it look good, bro. I was a Kings fan for a very, very long time, bro. I've been through the storm with this team. Yeah. So to see them doing that, man, that's dope, bro. The second worst trade to me was Pat Bev to the Lakers, bro. I don't really see nothing there. I don't know what's the point of him even being there. And he's starting. I don't know. I feel like he's just there, bro. Like he's not even really like I don't see the difference he make on the court or nothing, bro. Like I just don't see it. I'm watching a lot of Laker games this season too because I've been rooting for Russell, and I like what Russell doing off the bench. But I just feel like they could have just put somebody else in the starting position for point guard, bro, or add somebody like you can have just let LeBron run the point.
No. In the sense of like between him or Pat Bev, I'm going Schroeder.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm going Schroeder.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say what?
Yeah, Schroeder. That'd be perfect. Put Schroeder there, and Pat Bev is just there to be there. I feel like he'd run better off the bench. Just play some defense off the bench.
Him and PJ.
Who cares if you guard?
Cardi.
Like he guarding KD and Cook. Like it don't even matter. Like that's pointless. Like you got hard. Like it don't even matter. Like it just look good for Instagram. Like that's not even like what's the point? Like I just don't get it. I think that was great, bro, in my eyes.
We're gonna
The only
go ahead, AJ.
The only reason, real quick, the only reason I like Pat Bev, even though he's shooting like 20% from three this year, is like I think he has that like the locker room type of presence. Because we saw it even the other night. Look what they've done since he drilled Ayton in the back. I mean, they've kind of like he brings that toughness, even though he's not really providing a lot of stuff on the court. And somebody in here mentioned Schroeder. I think Schroeder, we can all agree, is a better player than Bev, but I like Schroeder with the second unit coming off, and he's so quick. Another ball handler. I know Russ takes a lot of the ball off the bench, but
Kai.
I got a couple. Truthfully, I got a couple picks I like. And I only have one pick I'm not really feeling. Try to be a little different. But my first is Jeremy Grant to the Trailblazers.
That's a good one.
I think that was a real good move for them. Great piece. I feel like they needed that energy. They needed that wing presence with all that energy. You feel me? They got. I had to go Dante DiVincenzo to the Warriors. So we got rid of Gary Payton Jr. So I feel like some type of defensive presence was going to be needed. And he's actually been a real good 3-and-D guy. So. And then the one I didn't really like, the one I wasn't really feeling, that I'm still not feeling, is Jalen Brunson to the Knicks. Something about that just not sitting right with me still.
Right now.
That's bro, right.
Bro, I cannot get jiggy with that.
If you look at the stats, he's the best player on that team right now.
Yeah,
bro. But to me, I still can't get jiggy with that, bro.
The problem is you got to get rid of Julius Randle, but nobody wants him. Nobody wants him.
It don't matter. He's the best player on the team, bro. Jalen Brunson to me is like he get his points, but it makes no impact to the team, bro. You see, like, bro, they score and it's like.
But to argue that, the problem is, and why y'all saying it doesn't, get anywhere, but it's like your two best players are going through scoring droughts.
Yes, true.
Jalen has to do this, and we all know this is not Jalen's role. Jalen was supposed to come in 15 points, and this is supposed to be RJ Barrett's leap year. That's what that was. Right. But RJ and Julius Randle go through horrible scoring droughts, and now Jalen Brunson got to act like he a top 5 point guard in the league. But that's not what he's there for, and that's why it doesn't lead to anything. Because like when the game comes down to close games, RJ shooting bad, Julius Randle shooting bad, and Brunson doesn't have the capability of closing out games because he's burnt out from scoring from the second and the third. So it's like when that fourth quarter comes, y'all don't have a closer because your star players is disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my eyes, I sort of kind of felt like the Mavs went with Spencer Dinwiddie over Jalen Brunson. You feel me?
And look, bro, with Jalen too, another thing with him, like you saying that he was supposed to come in and just drop 15. I don't think that was I don't feel like that was their intentions when they picked him up, bro, because that was a lot of money they gave him. And
that's the minimum.
Julius didn't even, bro, and Julian, I'm saying Julian, I'm messing his name up. Julius Randle, this fool, he's actually playing pretty good this year, better than last year. Last year he went slump. Then the year before that he was playing really good. So last year was his slump year. He's playing pretty good this year. And Jalen, when he scored, like, so what I was saying, like when he scored, don't make any impact or whatever. And they go there, Julius and RJ are, they inconsistent at times or whatever. But I've seen games where this dude, why am I forgetting his name right now? The point guard from Dallas, man. Jalen Brunson. Man. But I seen him go inconsistent or whatever, cold turkey through a couple games throughout the season. And I'm like, all three of them doing that at the same time is just like bad for business, bro. It just really don't look good. They're like him getting all that money and shit. I don't know. That's just a lot for him, bro. I feel like he for him, I feel like he was expected to elevate. Him getting that contract, we're expecting you to play better than what you was playing with Luka. You don't have a Luka hold on you no more, so you got to play a little bit better than what you was doing over there in Dallas.
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
I'm gonna say this one thing. I think that's his ceiling. That's what he is. He can't get any better than that.
That's what I'm saying. That's his role. Like that $100 million, it was worth it because he's 15.
It was worth it?
Yeah, bro. But you got to also realize basketball is the highest paying overall sport in the world. So it's just like y'all saying that $100 million, but in all reality, that's kind of like the bare minimum for a 4-year deal. So it's just like it was the bare minimum. So I think he was worth it because he's coming in, dropping his 15 to 20, doing what he does. But the only reason I'm disagreeing is because as everybody knows, the Knicks, they put in their money on RJ and Julius Randle. And everyone was expecting RJ to take a jump this year and just inconsistent.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
So, but we're going to get back on track. Kyle, you up to talk about your best and worst. So,
my best trade is Ben Simmons. I know. I feel like Ben is going to do like a Draymond role for them. He's showing flashes of what he can do. He's had a game where he had 20 points, 14 points, and I was talking a lot of shit about Ben. He's had 11 assists games, so it's just more of him getting into the groove of everything and trying to find whatever his role is. My worst trade probably has to be I think it might be the Russ trade. Even though he's doing good, I say overall because
is it bad for the Lakers or is it bad for Russ?
It's bad for both. Okay. It's bad for both. Because the Lakers, Bron doesn't need a player like Russ to come off the bench for him. He needs a shot creator. So they shouldn't have gotten Russ. They should have gotten DeMar. We've always talked about this. They should have gotten DeMar and they should have left Russ alone. So I think those two. That's my take.
Okay. My best, Donovan Mitchell. Dude came in and, like AJ said earlier, helped them take a tremendous jump to literally the 3rd seed. They was like literally barely a playing team last year. So just coming in as a star and, like AJ said, not being the vet, but just being that guy, it's helped them a lot. And I have my doubts because they're a very, very small backcourt. Him and DG are tiny, but it's working. I think Don's averaging like 28 or something like that. He's making it working. My worst trade, also to piggyback on what Kai said, Jeremiah Grant, that was a great trade for Portland. He's averaging 22. I think when Dame comes back, they're going to get stuff flowing again. He definitely helps take the heat away from Dame. Him and Anthony Simons, they take the heat sometimes, but Dame coming back, they should get rolling again. But my worst, Rudy Gobert. Yeah, on paper, it looks like he's doing good, 13-11, but that's what you're supposed to do. But only reason I'm saying is his worst, it's because Timberwolves, I feel like last year, they had their offensive scheme rolling. They had their defensive rolling with Pat Bev. They made the play-in game, made it tough with Memphis. They had an uptrend going, and now getting Rudy turned into a downtrend because we all know Rudy Gobert literally does nothing on the offensive end. And it was tough because I think we all can agree this was supposed to be Anthony Edwards' next step this year. But it's just like bringing in Rudy, you're clogging the paint, the ball movement's weird. There's like the offensive scheme is weird, so you're taking away from Anthony Edwards, and now you guys are sitting as a 11 seed and you're under 500. So it's just like I think he just made it worse for that whole organization.
Yeah, for a fact. I think the Malcolm Brogdon trade, we didn't talk about that either. That was a good trade. Mm-hmm. That was a great trade. I like Malcolm.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. I don't know. Boston.
You don't like that trade?
No, I like it. But I think it was a perfect trade. Just Boston's as a New Yorker, I hate Boston. So I don't like talking about them too much. Their team is amazing though. Their team is their team's
crazy.
I think they're going to the chip again this year. I think they're going unless they run into the fully healthy Bucks team. That's their biggest problem. And it's so weird because, like, if you look at those two teams, Boston's supposed to win that series, man. Like, Boston, but it's just like, the Bucks give them trouble every time.
It's Giannis, bro. It's just Giannis.
I know, and then it's Giannis, and then you throw Chris Middleton into the loop, and then Drew Holiday, and then Brooke Lopez old ass. They be rolling, bro.
Yeah, Bobby,
they be rolling, man. They be rolling. And Grayson Allen start playing well for them. Javante Carter, he's playing well for them. You just never know. To roll into the next topic, which is kind of piggybacking off of this one, is the Rudy Gobert trade one of the worst trades of all time?
Oh man, so I feel okay. So Cal mentioned earlier, like the Paul George trade. Is that like one of the worst of all time? I think I'm going to give the same answer I would probably give to that. Like only time will tell with this. But I mean, I'm before coming into this, I looked at like a bunch of different trades over the last like 30 years. The James Harden one is a really bad one. Like when he left OKC to go to Houston, that's a really bad one. Because remember OKC you guys all remember, I'm sure, but AD, Russ, Harden, they made it to the finals, lost in 6 or 5. LeBron and the Miami Heat. I mean, they were young too. They were all under 23 years old. They could have taken that next step. I always forget about that Nets Celtics one. Pierce, Garnett, that whole thing that went down, that was really gross too. But no, with the Rudy Gobert thing, a lot of people hate on Rudy because he's very limited.
Sucks.
What he does really well, he's the best at rim protection. The thing that sucks though is that like that's not what game today is built around. So saw teams in the postseason when he was in Utah kind of like use him and what's the word I'm looking for? And manipulate him defensively, get switches on him, and have guards just cook him. And everybody, that was the big media thing, is he can't keep up with guards and stuff like that. I think personally, this could be a hot take. I think they could have won in Utah with Donovan and him. I think it wasn't a Donovan and Rudy thing. I think it was a management thing. You can't just keep putting Royce O'Neal as like the third best option on that team around him and expect to take that leap. I think they could have in Utah done. I think Quinn Snyder was a great coach in Utah. I just think kind of botched that whole situation. But no, I don't think it's the worst trade now. But again, if the Jazz use all these pieces and dominate, kind of like OKC and the Paul George thing, if they all win chips, which I don't see happening several years from now, it could be, yeah.
DJ,
I don't think that's the worst trade. Rudy, whatever we say about Rudy, I'm not really a fan of Rudy at all, bro. Like I can care less for Rudy, but I feel like he does what he does, just like what AJ was saying. He's a rim protector. If he was playing in the 90s, we would love Rudy, bro. Like we would love the hell out of Rudy, bro. But it's just the times we in, it's no love for Rudy over here. Definitely not on my side. I can give a damn about Rudy, bro. Like I really can give a damn about him. Like and the Timberwolves will probably, I feel like they will still end up getting in the playoffs somehow. I don't know how they gonna do it, but I feel like they still gonna end up figuring out a way to get in there. Everybody right now, you can call a lot of teams out that's not gonna make the playoffs right now because it's so early in the season. But I feel like they'll figure it out somewhere down the line, and then they'll get exited out pretty quickly. So that's how I feel about Rudy. The worst trade, though, in my opinion, of all times, is the Steve Nash to the Lakers, bro. They gave up like 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks for Steve Nash on the Lakers, bro. He came to LA and it was just mid-city, bro. Like I couldn't believe how mid he was in LA, bro. It was like I was not expecting that. I remember just talking to the homies, like, man, Steve Nash is about to change the whole thing over here, man. Like it's about to be something special. And all of a sudden, boom, raps. Like it was crazy, bro. But yeah. Oh, AJ just got booted out or something.
We having some technical difficulties real quick. We gotta keep it rolling though. Kyrie.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really had to, but I got time today. You feel me? So, my worst trade of all time, I'm gonna say is when Seattle sent Scotty to the Bulls. Cause I mean, we know Mike not winning shit without Scotty. We're gonna keep it sweet and short.
I'm with you.
Man, you love messing with Mike, man.
He hate Mike.
We hate Mike.
We would get along then, man.
over glorify that man, Mike. He a bucket. He a bucket. I'm not saying he's not a bucket, but I mean,
how is
he not the best basketball player of all time? That's what I'm saying.
Bro, you about to have a old ass uncle pull up to your crib on timing, bro. Kyrie, you trying to get us banned? Cal, go, bro. Go.
Rudy's not the worst trade. I mean, he does create a lot of friction. I see with Ant, like, I don't think Ant likes him too much because he can't do what he does. Yeah, like he clogs in the paint too much. But I don't think it's the worst trade. I don't know. It's like he's there. He's just there. He's being Rudy Gobert. What he's done in the last 5-6 years, he's gonna do that. So, or how can you position him to be the best player he can for the team? How can we stagger his minutes so he to be on the court with Cat and Ant all the time, so Ant could get a feel of the game and score a little bit better. So I think that's the issue right there with that team. If they can figure that out, they'll be fine. But Rudy's trash.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna sit here and say it's one of the worst, like I said, because Minnesota was definitely on an uptrend before Rudy got there. They had the pieces. They had the chemistry going. They was really just waiting on getting a consistent D-Lo in all reality. But they had the bench. Cat, one of the best bigs, top 3 centers in the NBA right now. They had it rolling. Ant-Man was looking like he was about to be a top 10, top 5 shooting guard in the league the way he was playing. So it's just like they had it rolling. So it's now you're bringing a guy who has no offensive bag whatsoever, refuses to work on it. So it's just like to piggyback off of what Cal said, just you're stagnant. You're just a body on the floor. You're ruining our best player's chances to score the ball because he's a slasher. So it's just like, what are we doing? And I think Minnesota has to figure out minutes wise, like Cal said too. But it's just like, how can we bench a dude we play millions for, or how do we take millions away, like our minutes away from this type of guy? Like, but it's terrible. Like, there's no good looking offensive scheme with him on the floor with those other 4 guys. Like, I think it's just impossible. So just because he's making the team go in a downtrend, I think it's one of the worst. I don't think they're going to make a play-in game. Even I know it's early, but I don't think they're going to make it, because if I'm just looking at the standings of what I'm based off now, matter of fact, just now the OKC just beat them. OKC doesn't even have OKC doesn't even have a real center.
Wow,
that's another issue. You guys have 2 bigs, and Gobert's supposed to be this holy man, holy god of a rim protector who be getting boomed on every week. So it's just like
he little bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you're losing to teams without a real center. Can y'all name the center for OKC?
Poku.
Poku, yeah, he got that messed up name. I can't get it.
Poku
Again. Who?
Yeah.
So it's just like, yo, bro. But like I said, from standings wise and what I'm seeing, they're not making the play-in. If the season continues to go, because the Lakers are starting to find some heat, OKC weirdly wins games. SGA should be in the damn near MVP convo the way he's goddamn playing. I know they're a low seed, but holy, dude drops 30 every game. Trailblazers, they're where they're at. You got to get Dame rolling. Mavericks, they always somehow, some way make runs. Luka's gonna get that together. Warriors are definitely getting their shit together. Jazz, they're gonna take that fall, but I still think they're gonna stay in play-in territory. Kings, hey man, Mike Brown, keep it up. They're a 5th seed. The way that team's playing, they're gonna be in that play-in area too. So it's just like, I don't know if Minnesota making a play-in, bro.
Well, with Minnesota, bro, like,
is it a huge gap?
Hold on, go ahead, AJ.
I was just gonna say, with Minnesota, addressed the defensive issue that they had, but they addressed the wrong position. Like Cat wasn't a great defender by any means. In today's game, we've mentioned it on here already that in today's game, with it guard oriented, it didn't address like a defensive anchor or defensive help the guard spot. Like D'Lo's not stopping anybody. Anthony Edwards is crazy athletic, but he's not gonna lock anybody up right now. I think they just addressed the wrong the wrong position.
I agree with
that. Like Ed said, like they had the perfect team. They had Vanderbilt, they had Pat, they had Malik. Did they have Malik Beasley?
Yep, lights out.
Did they have Beasley? and you traded that all away
for
a
Rudy
big.
Gobert. Come on,
bro. But I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like it's not the worst trade, bro. Just off the strength of, even regardless of all those players they had, the Timbs was not getting no chip, and they wasn't gonna get close to it with that team, bro.
They should be a top 8 seed.
They probably they'll be a top 8 seed, maybe even 7, but they wasn't getting no chips. The Rudy expected them from getting a chip or something. That's why I don't like, if they had a team that was a chip worthy, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's probably the worst trade out here, like, period. Because
you also have to put into play. It's just like, you sent all your players and draft picks to Utah. Utah looks way better than y'all with the same players.
Nah, they do look better than them. But that's the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves they're not playing really that good, bro. But Utah about to drop. Yeah. Them two playing each other, I don't think it's gonna be like a blowout or a walkthrough game. It's gonna be a close competitive game when they play each other, bro. That's how I feel. Like
but it's just like, yo, bro. Anthony Edwards was supposed to take the biggest jump of his career.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cal. Yeah. Go ahead. You look like you about to charge up and say something. Go ahead.
I was about to say some shit. The Timberwolves always do this shit. They always, it's like they did it with Jimmy Butler. They put all their pieces into the center of the table, and they just like, fuck it, we're just gonna run with this guy. And I feel like they rush it way too fast because they had something good. They had something really good. They could have built on that. They had D'Lo, and it was like, why would you do that? Why would you rush the process? And I think that's what's gonna end up. They're gonna break up this team. Mm-hmm. Honestly, they're gonna have to break up the team because I don't think they're gonna go anywhere.
I agree.
Maybe we gotta give Ant some time, man. Maybe he's gonna pan out like Andrew Wiggins. You had to give Andrew Wiggins some time for him to fully.
To cut you off, Ant's already on the uptrend. He's showing that he could be one of the best, but it's just like, the problem is, like Cal said earlier, Rudy Gobert can't do shit for us on the offensive end. He just stands there. And how are you going to do that to a slashing guard? It doesn't make sense. Hey, bro,
he can't.
Don't talk about Wiggins, though.
Wiggins
just dropped 36 tonight. Just saying.
Yeah. I saw that.
Just saying.
He's not a shooter. He's a shot-creating slasher.
And you're going to sign a big who stands on the block.
Yeah.
A huge issue I have is we saw AD and Boogie. They could make it work because they were more athletic bigs, could do more on the court. The thing with Rudy, though, Cat's out for 4 to 6 weeks. He's had these last 2 games kind of like in the same situation he was at in Utah. He's gotten dogged by OKC and whoever they lost to the other night. So I thought they would, without Cat, be able to turn it around, him kind of just do what he did in Utah, but nope. Or in
sucks. He sucks.
Now you heard what T-Max said about him. What has he added to his offensive bag this offseason?
Goddamn thing.
I saw him do a little bit of post moves. And I was like, okay, Rudy. He did a little drop step. I'm like, okay, Rudy. Up and under. I'm like, but other than that, it's nothing. It's really nothing.
Yeah, look at me.
His bag got 2 tricks in it.
Look at me right now. You really thought Rudy Gobert was going to do that in the game, like in the actual game? You thought Rudy Gobert was going to do that, bro?
It's not even that.
Pass that shit back out, bro. He's not letting him experiment nothing in the paint,
Do over the summertime. Everybody gets better over the summer. What are you doing to get better?
Nothing.
You have to ask him that. If I'm a reporter, I'm asking, bro, what did you do this summer? What did you work on? Did you work on ball handling? Did you work on your free throws? Did you work on a midi? Did you do a post to something? Give me something.
I worked on rebounding and shot blocking.
Yeah. Catching some lobs in there.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, though, I'm looking at this Western Conference standing. I feel like this might be one of those years where, like, we truly get to see why they implemented the play-in. Because, like, the jump from, like, the 8th seed to the 13th seed is only, like, two games. Yeah. 2.5. So, like, let that stretch out throughout the season. There's probably going to be, like, one game. It's probably going to be a 1.5 game between, like, those play-in and, like, the 13, 14 seed for
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a good one, bro. And I think I don't know, man. I think the Timberwolves are playing. Bro. I just feel like they still gonna figure out a way, bro. Like I feel like the Mavericks gonna drop. Yeah, y'all probably thinking they about to. I don't know. I feel like a lot of teams are gonna they're gonna drop, bro. You're gonna see like certain teams you're gonna see the best of the best, and then you're gonna see the subpar teams kind of sitting at that same range, like Kyrie was talking about, like that 13 to 10. You're gonna see, and then we're gonna see who's gonna battle for that 10th and 9th spot, really. Yeah. But it's gonna be a battle though, bro. It's gonna be one hell of a battle.
Real quick, I know it's early. Yeah, I know it's early, but to throw this into Cal's face, remember when I said the Pelicans was gonna be a top 5 seed?
Are they a top 5 seed?
The 3rd seed.
Oh my god!
And they tied. Well, they tied for the 2nd seed.
Yeah, they tied for 2nd seed. I'm just saying, me and the other Cam, we did call this. I'm just saying.
I said I know it's early, but I was an advocate for it too, man. I knew.
8, bro.
Killing Zion looking like an MVP, low key, but we're not going to talk about that. But to hop into what you was about to say, AJ?
Zion is going to get hurt next week anyway.
Oh my
so.
god! Oh my god! What are we doing?
I want to
not put that in the air, man. Let's not put out
Yo,
there.
AJ's praying for this man's downfall.
I'm not going for you, big bro.
I want to see him. I want to see them sustain it because I'm not high on the Pelicans, but with the Kings, they're super fun right now and really exciting. It's the first thing they've been able to celebrate in like 25 years. Man. It's like being 7 games over 500 or whatever.
AJ, how do you feel seeing the sun as a Kings fan? You seeing the light?
That shit crazy. That's crazy, bro. The last time it was in the playoffs, bro. It was, I'll never forget, bro. 06 Spurs. They lost to the Spurs 4. 06. I'm dead ass, bro. 06. That was 06.
Oh my god.
I can't remember where I was at that time. I was young as hell though, and I just remember
6.
06.
I was like,
you said what?
We was probably like 8 years old, bro.
Like 2 years old. Some dumb.
Yeah, we was 8 or 9, bro.
6, bro.
Yeah. I can't. I think I was in like middle school because I'm 29 right now. So I think I was in middle school.
Yeah, we was
or something.
9, we was 9.
I was
9.
We was 9 years old.
I was pretty old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, let's not talk about that. That's depressing.
Are you guys going to be surprised if Minnesota? I think Minnesota's going to have a better record than the Kings by the end of the year. Is that going to surprise you guys?
No, I wouldn't be.
It's not going to surprise. Hey, I didn't expect this shit from the Kings.
They give me hope. Give me hope, and then they crush that shit every time, bro. Every time I get hyped, and I get my hope.
All right,
but, playing teams.
Like that.
We're gonna roll into our last topic. Who is your early MVP?
Ooh,
it's a good. I
like it.
That MVP race is crazy.
So, it really depends on like what you value. I mean, it's always a conversation we're always going to have unless they give us an answer. What is the MVP? Is it the best player in basketball? Is it the most valuable on a team, which is what it stands for? Like, what is it? For me, it's got to be Luka so far, even though they're 10 and 11. I know that might sound crazy. I know if it was between Tatum and Luka, how the media is going to do it, they're going to give it to Tatum. They're the 1 seed. But for me, it's Luka. My order, if I was going to give it, would be Luka, Giannis. He's got them in the 2 seed without Middleton all year. Tatum would probably be 3, and then Devin Booker's been absolutely hooping in Phoenix right now. So he'd probably be my 4th spot. But I got to go Luka, even though they're under 500.
No Curry? I'm sorry for cutting you off. No Curry?
That's a good point. I'd probably put Curry as the 5 spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ?
Yeah, I like Tatum personally. I like Tatum a lot. I think he should get it, but I feel like degree of difficulty of like the pieces around you. You know what I'm saying? What the schedule looking like? You know how valuable you are to the team, of course. But like what AJ was saying, we don't know how to rank this shit, man. Because I feel like it's something different every single year. So it's like an ongoing type of conversation or whatever. But I'm just really, for me, I think the most exciting player to look at for me is Tatum. I just genuinely like watching Tatum play, bro. Like, he's just fun to watch. Luka fun to watch too when it's come to closing out games and shit. But I don't know. I just feel like Luka's like I said earlier, like he's just a lot on the court. He takes up a lot of what's going on from his players, coaches, everything. So I feel like Tatum just flows in the offense. You know what I mean? Like he's a fire defender. I like him on the defensive side too. I think his defender side doesn't get talked about a lot at all. Really, they don't get talked about. He's a really good two-way. Luka is a good thief on the ball. He gets a lot of steals. You know what I mean? But when it comes to defending, I don't think he's on the level of Tatum. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So this is like, I don't know. I will pick Tatum personally. You know what I mean? Just with the team doing. But of course, you have to think about, like, he got Jaylen Brown on the side of him. I feel like that's always the argument. Like, oh, he got another All-Star right on the side of him. You know, his team is fire. His pieces around him is good. He got a fire bench. You know, so I feel like it's a lot of arguments you can use against Tatum to go with Luka. And I feel like that's the narrative that they pushing right now, kind of what we was talking about or whatever before we started the podcast yesterday. Like, they're pushing the getting the out of country players, these MVPs. I don't know if they trying to bring in more of that to the league or whatever, get more eyes like that. So giving Luka that MVP, it probably will make sense. You know what I mean, on a Euro standpoint. But I don't know. I feel like Tatum. I like Tatum though.
The MVP award is probably the award that pisses me off the most, because there's nobody that can tell me LeBron has been the best player in the league for 4 years, or Mike's been the best for 5 years.
Yeah,
I cannot stand that. It's a narrative thing. We've seen it. I don't know if you guys follow baseball at all. I mean, there's a whole thing going on there with the whole narrative thing too. And so I hate the MVP. I wish they would come out and just set a set of rules of like what are they qualifying as the MVP?
Yeah,
requirements, like,
it don't make sense anymore.
Nah.
Right. Kyrie, go ahead.
For me, I feel like y'all should know who I'm gonna say.
Yeah, shut up. Next.
And I'm gonna throw y'all for a loop though. For me, it comes down to requirements again. You feel me? Because I respect Luka. I want to say Luka, but I feel like if I say Luka, I gotta say SGA. If we not going to really pay attention to the records and everything, you feel me? Like, where their team standing, we talking about like actual player, and how valuable they are to their team. I gotta say SGA.
I like that. No Curry?
No Curry.
No, I feel like Curry. Honestly, he has more pieces around him, more experienced pieces around him. So it's like his expectation level is completely different than what I have for SGA.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna say Curry off rip.
Nah, I mean, I wanted to, but
Kyrie. Kyrie, who's your GOAT?
Who's my GOAT?
Oh God.
Yeah. We don't gotta get on this little tailspin here, but I just gotta know real quick.
That's tough. I'll drop it on you by the end of the podcast. I'll let you know by
sounds
then.
good. Yeah, sounds
Cal,
good.
hit me, man. Hit me, Cal.
My MVP probably is between Giannis and Tatum. Because, like I said, I don't like Luka because because his record, he's not a great leader. I feel like he's a terrible leader when it comes to rallying troops. He can't do that yet. I know he's young. He's like 22. So it's gonna take him time to figure out, hey, I gotta go in that huddle and be like, yo, y'all gotta strap up because we're about to win this game. We're gonna win this game. Timeout. What's going on?
No, I'm gonna let you go, but it's like, is the age really an excuse? Because you got dudes
it
like,
has to be.
but what about guys like John Morant, Tyrese Halliburton? Like, what about dudes like that? I just quick, not to cut you.
Their play style is different.
Okay,
Their play style.
I'll take it.
And why I say age is because, like, at 22 you're cocky as fuck. You're like, I'm that guy. You know, I got it. That's where he's at right now.
But
That's where he's at.
John Morant's cocky as hell too, but he turns that into team chemistry.
But Ja is different. You feel me?
I can take it. I'll take it.
You know Ja is different.
I just want to see where your head at was with that. I just want to see, but I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, though. Go ahead, though. Finish your take on Luka and how he's a shit leader. I agree 100%.
Yeah, he just has to learn how to listen to his coach, and I see that a lot. You would see in the huddles if you watch the timeout. I'm gonna take the Detroit game. Like Jason doesn't even when they do timeouts. Jason doesn't even speak to him. He doesn't speak to Jason. As far as I can see, they don't have that coach-player relationship where they're like talking to each other. Like, yo, bro, Jason Kidd is one of the best point guards ever. Why are you not learning from him? Why are you not picking his? Maybe he is picking his brain, but I don't think he's picking it enough. So that's why I don't pick. Go ahead, Kai.
You know what I'm sitting here thinking about though, low key. I mean, it might be a coincidence though, but I feel like that just might be like an international player problem. Feel me? Because when Jason Kidd was on the Bucks, didn't Giannis say he didn't know who Jason Kidd was? Like he wasn't.
I love that. So I played college ball, and even though it's not even close to the same comparison or level, having those European guys on it, that's how they act. They don't have that like. It's different. It's different. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
But yeah, Giannis should get it. But we know he's not going to, so it might go to Jason. Yeah, he's being blackballed, so
I gotta take.
It's between Jason and Giannis.
My MVP is Giannis. To piggyback off what AJ said earlier, to bring your team as a 2 seed without your co-star, that's big. We all know if Giannis sits out, they are not going to win the same type of games. When he's on the floor, they're going to miss out on big games. I think he's a great defender. He's a hustler. He has a drive. He has the heart. He's a winner. Dude's putting up 31 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists a game. He's been playing tough games. But my take with Giannis is he's blackballed from winning awards. Just how they treated Bron for a bit. It's just like, to me, Giannis is the best player in the NBA right now. We could argue it, but I think he is the number 1 player in the NBA. It's just like, I think people are tired of the narrative of like, all right, like we're tired of this guy dominating. But it's just like, he's the best player. And I think in all reality, he should have won last year's MVP. I think he could win this year's MVP. I think he could win the next MVP. He's just so dominant and does everything. But I don't think the league wants to see that. I think the league wants to push that whole, like EJ was saying, that whole European player winning MVP narrative, because I think it's guaranteed to go to Luka. But my MVP is Giannis.
Real quick, like 2 things real quick. No D-Book without CP3. Like, we're not going.
I applaud that. As a Suns fan, I do applaud that. But there's some type of hatred the media gives D-Book, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, people just don't give D-Book his flowers, bro. I don't know what he did to people. Like, the man even broke up with Kendall, man. Like, he's out of the Kardashian curse. Bro, my boy D-Book is out here hooping, averaging 30, 5 rebounds a game with 6 assists. Like, What more do bro? He's the first seed in the West with no CP.
Hold on, let me cut you off. Fernie just dropped 45.
Yeah, I peeped that. He went crazy, but
the thing is, they don't want another Kobe clone.
He doesn't even play like Kobe. He said himself, like, stop doing that bullshit comparison, bro. No one will ever be Kobe. And I don't know if y'all seen that clips of the Warriors GM Bob Myers. He was like, he was on the podcast. I think it was Matt Barnes' podcast. He was like, yo, stop saying y'all have Mamba mentality. That is bullshit. There's only one player and one person who has that type of mentality, and that was Kobe Bryant. It left with him. I agree. Ain't no one's got the same type of dog Kobe got. Stop saying that shit. You're not like that.
Yeah, facts.
Be a stretch. This might be a super stretch.
Oh God,
bro.
Do you think them giving them international players the MVP? Do you think that could be like a marketing strategy to try to
hell
yeah. That's what I was saying. Exactly what I think it is. Like they trying to get more eyes. Definitely coming to the NBA, and you gonna get that for sure. You see these EuroLeague players coming in and they win and they getting success in the NBA. It brings more of that, more players coming from the Euro League, you know what I'm saying, to the NBA. Yeah, it's definitely a marketing move for sure.
So you mentioned Giannis earlier, Cam. I think he's the most dominant player in the league, and I think he's so dominant that it makes him the best. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he's the most skilled or talented in the league.
I agree.
So, like, I think he's so dominant. I think the best comparison I can have is Shaq, where Shaq was the best player in the league.
I said this in the group chat. I said Giannis is literally like, what's the word I'm looking for? The second coming of Shaq, just with mobility.
Yeah. Diet Shaq.
But go ahead, Aiden.
It's like, when it comes to just talent, though, or most well-rounded, if we're just talking about well-rounded player, I'm taking KD, I'm taking Bron, I'm taking all these guys. But when it just comes to dominance, because he has so many holes in his game, guys. I mean, he can't shoot at all. He can't shoot from the three. He can't shoot. He has no bag at all. He has no dribble moves.
Does that matter?
Yeah, it's just he's so dominant in the paint.
Doesn't matter.
So dominant.
That's all offense too. Defense, the defensive side of him makes that great player too. You know what I mean? I think it's the defensive side, because when I look at him and I edge him over every single player in the league, I'm like, it's that defense, bro. You will pick him. He'll fit on any team, bro. Any team. 100%. Not every player can fit on any team. Fits on any team. He don't take up too much room. He's not really a selfish player. Like, he fits right in. He's probably one of the top two-way players out here, bro. Giannis different, man. That's why I will put him as the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? League right now.
So Giannis has no skill, AJ.
He sound like Harden.
he doesn't have any.
Are you just hating?
Me?
Are you hating on Giannis?
I'm a Bron guy. Even at age 30, almost 38, I'm still thinking he's a top 3 player in the league. Yeah. With Giannis, man, I'm not saying
Giannis
he has
got some dribble
talent.
moves. I'm long at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of it's just one dribble from half court, and then he takes 2 long steps.
Yeah,
that's a skill though.
Yeah,
it's a skill. It's a skill,
bro,
but
you're doing them Euro steps. That takes skill.
I think it's an exploitable skill. I mean, I'm gonna put out my Raptors again. I'm not scared of Giannis, like, at all. Personally, it might sound crazy, but
after that playoff series, bro, he be busting your ass, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
He took that personal.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Nah, y'all can't. The thing is, to me, is like, y'all can't. No one could do that anymore. There is no just building a wall for Giannis. I feel like he built that little skill to be capable of getting around it.
Yeah,
he has a little midi. It's midi.
Shit.
Remember we was talking about we talked about the bag talk with Giannis, and he had the bag. Giannis, look, bro. I'm talking to AJ on this one, man, because I want you to hear this, bro. Giannis got a bag. It's a very different type of bag. But it's a bag, because not everybody that's his height can do what he can do.
Yeah,
boy, not doing that. When Giannis, I don't think he not coming in like that. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm just talking about how he comes into the paint. You know what I'm saying? Like, very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way around the wall. You know, his Euros, he got a midi. His midi is beginning to hit. You know, and he's gonna keep trying it until it hit. And then the 3-point, he ain't got a 3-pointer. He can't. But he be trying. He be trying. And you gotta respect that, man. That's something. Now, look, when someone keep trying, like, even when I'm playing ball and I know a dude is straight trash from the 3 line, bro, and I'm like, he tall. Most times it's a tall dude, super 6'8" dudes at 24. They can't shoot. They all dunking. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at him like, man, he can't shoot. But why he keep trying? You know what I'm saying? Why he keep? Now I gotta play up on you because you keep trying to shoot over and over and over again. And I'm like, damn, when I play up on his 3, I gotta respect that. Now he gonna drive in on me, and he got me beat almost every time because he's way bigger than me. So it's like, that's what these defenders, they're thinking like that. Like, you gotta work, you gotta hop on this shot because he probably already dropped 20 on you in the paint. Now he's shooting. The coach gonna get mad. It's a lot of pressure on you guarding someone like Giannis. It may seem like a walkthrough because it just seemed like he just walking in the paint because of how dominant he is. But he got a bag, bro. It's a bag for sure. It's a different type of bag, but it's a bag.
He's got a tremendous feel for the game. He can finish. He can finish really well. Even when he's not throwing it down, he can finish really well around there. He's got a nice touch. I think though, what scares me about the Bucks is Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday and Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton and Grayson. These guys that can just shoot so well and do other things. Like Chris Middleton is a dog, and people don't talk about him enough. Like he's a dog. Drew Holiday can lock up any guard in the league. In my opinion,
Drew Holiday over here.
Yeah. So like
super fat.
Like if Giannis is in Dallas right now, how much better are they?
A trillion times better.
Think so?
Yeah, that's a chip.
I'm not gonna lie. Are you saying like replace Luka and put Giannis there?
Yeah.
I think Dallas is a top 5 team.
Yeah, for a fact.
Really?
Giannis just does so much. Especially like everyone's saying, he does so much both sides of the floor. Luka don't play no goddamn defense. No. And this is the thing. Like this is where Giannis is an amazing leader. He brings that energy, and then as a player, bro, if I'm watching my teammate busting his ass going 100%, now I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's doing that for Dallas right now, and that's their problem. Like Cal said earlier, y'all don't have a leader, especially if you just disrespecting your head coach at that too. Who are we supposed to drive behind? You know what I'm saying?
You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I think they're maybe 2 games better. And so my reasoning my reasoning behind that is Middleton, Drew Holiday are like 2 co-stars that he has. I don't think it's a team chemistry thing and a leadership thing in Dallas. I just think they're awful. I just think they're bad. Like Spencer Dinwiddie is their best player besides Luka. Dorian Finney-Smith.
See, but the thing is, I think
Bertans.
I agree with him. I agree with him.
I think Giannis will make better do with those role players than Luka.
Yes,
I think they're. I think
the
they're
difference.
Better.
Like I that's the difference. I think Giannis just knows how to get these role players going, bro.
I feel like he's unselfish.
That's the thing with Luka.
That's the thing with Luka. Selfish, bro. And that's what he has to learn how to not be. Because if he doesn't get out of that ball dominant, I'm gonna take every shot. I'm gonna take every possession. I'm gonna go at this dude's head. You can't do that, bro. It's a team game, and you gotta let your role players find a rhythm.
And a big thing with Giannis, and like say if you do put Giannis in Dallas, I think Spencer Dinwiddie would be even better because one thing Giannis does very well is draw defense to the paint. Like when Giannis drives, you're throwing 3 people at him. Like we seen it all the time. You're throwing 3 people at him with no question. You throw that, Giannis will pass that ball out to Spencer. He will get it out to the shooters, and they're gonna be able to move with freedom. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like with Luka, to piggyback off of what Kyle was saying, like being ball dominant, trying to ISO, trying to score at a time. Mm-hmm. Again, like I said earlier, how as role players are we supposed to get into a rhythm? You can't.
Yeah, bro. And the Mavericks too. I feel like if Giannis was to go to the Mavericks, I look at the Mavericks, right? I'm looking at the Mavericks and I'm looking at the Bucks. Of course, they got Chris and they got Drew, but their role players are low key similar in a sense because Spencer Dinwiddie is really good with the ball. He's a really good facilitator, but you don't really get to see too much of that because Luka usually got the ball. But when he run with what Cam was saying earlier, when Spencer runs with the bench unit, they look really good. You know what I mean? Now you can start Christian Woods just like how Brook Lopez starts over there in Milwaukee. And now you got something. Now you got a problem coming in because you got Spencer moving the ball, Giannis playing his role, doing what he's doing, being ball dominant, kicking the ball out. It's a lot of stuff going on. 2 lockdown defenders and Bullock and Finney. It would make sense. I feel like it would work, bro. It would really click, man.
To your guys' point, I do have to agree. Like Bucks run a lot of DHOs, dribble handoffs with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, and with Dallas, that would work with Spencer Dinwiddie. That does not work like with Luka. What Luka's doing right now. Take off 18 seconds of the shot clock, then rely on a kick out to the corner or a step back.
Same.
I've been saying this for so long. I'm happy someone's agreeing with me.
It's just pick and rolls. That's what it. It's no pin downs. It's no Luka go in the post, get the ball and kick it out. Like if he would go on the block and navigate from the post,
Big
that would be
guard.
lovely. I would
Big
love
guard.
to see that.
Yeah.
Like you're a big guard. Go down there and cause havoc, cause foul troubles, get everybody into foul trouble.
I feel like we got to
You're gonna
factor
have
in
that-
pace
and
as
once
well,
you get
though.
that quick, you kick it out to shooters. You have a lot of shooters. So I
I
don't
feel like
What you say,
I
Kyle?
feel like we got to factor in pace as well, because think about Giannis on the fast break. There's not so many players in lane that can stop him. Think about all the ISO ball that Dallas does with Luka and Spencer, and you feel me? They might run these pick and rolls and pin downs, but it's a lot of ISO ball compared to what they do
That's what
in
I'm
Milwaukee.
saying, but that comes with respecting your coach. I know Jason Kidd does not want to run a goddamn pick and roll all game.
No, he does
I know
not.
he doesn't want to run an ISO all goddamn game. It comes with
What's Dallas's fast break points per game?
I don't
That's
know. I don't know.
let me look that up.
I don't know, but AJ, if you put Giannis in Dallas, they're a top 5 seed. I think so. I
get your guys' points.
But question: do the Bucks stay the same with Luka? Do the Bucks stay a second seed with Luka?
Make it even worse.
Or worse.
Yeah,
Yo, Dallas is 30th in fast break
That's
points.
horrible. That is horrible.
They average 9.7 points per game.
And you
On
think
fast
a
break.
guy like Jason Kidd wants to play at that pace? Absolutely
No,
not.
I'm telling you, bro, they play too slow. You can't play like that.
So why do you think that is? Because
It's Luka.
It's Luka.
he's a guy that has such a good eye for the game and feel for the game.
That's
He
the
can
weirdest
make.
part. That's the
He can
weirdest
push it.
part. I agree with you 100%, and that's why I find it weird. Because me and Cal had this argument probably like a month ago with Luka. It's like Cal was saying he's such an amazing playmaker. I feel like Luka's, yes, he has the capability and like you said, the vision to do it, but he doesn't. So that's where me, like as a, I'm an ex-basketball player, so to me it's just like, bro, you're not that amazing of a playmaker if you're passing with only 5 seconds left in the shot clock. I believe Luka could speed the pace up, get your wings running, and really become that next level playmaker. But
Yeah.
it's like AJ saying, it's like, why are you not doing that?
He could average 11 assists
Easily.
and 9 rebounds a game. I
Easily.
swear to averaging 30
Doing
points
that,
per
he's
game.
gonna take that step down like James Harden. Do you think it's gonna be like
Has to. If he wants
Rockets
to win.
James Harden versus what we see in Brooklyn and Philly now?
If he wants to win, he has to. But again,
Yeah.
Where his points per game gonna drop like 7-8 points per game, but he's gonna get
but
the
you're winning.
double
You're
digit
winning.
assists and
At least average 25, 8, and 11. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
I
What's
think
crazy? No, go ahead.
Go ahead, AJ.
I was going to say, even if they change this and move faster, they're not going anywhere with that roster.
No.
It helps Luka
No.
and helps their team get better, maybe in the top 8,
Yeah.
but it's not. They have a lot of in-house stuff they need to figure out
But
first.
I think if they do learn how to change the pace and they do show the league that they could play at this pace, I do think it's going to attract more like better role players to come in so Luka and the Mavericks could get to a championship game. Because if you look, because I've been to a Dallas game, their pace is horrible. And in today's NBA, you can't have slow pace, man. And like you were saying, like way earlier, like how it takes 2 stars to win a game. I mean, to win a chip. I genuinely believe Luka cannot play with a real co-star. At this time, I believe Luka cannot play with a co-star, like a real co-star. Like how you bring in Christian Wood and make him come off the bench. That should tell you something.
We were just saying that.
You calling Luka Westbrook?
Ooh,
It's a great comparison. That's what EJ was saying.
It's a great comparison. If you think about it,
yeah,
they're
might
literally
have
the
to.
same player.
I might have to agree.
But they botched
Luka
the whole.
Go ahead, AJ.
They botched the whole Porzingis situation.
Yeah.
him as a free guy.
I'm with you on that one. They should never got rid of KP. I think they should just figured it out because KP is hooping for DC.
Well, he was hooping for New York.
Yeah, man.
He just used him the wrong way. They didn't use him in a pick and roll type situation or a flare guy they just literally he was a solely catch and shoot guy from Luka.
Yeah.
And they botched that whole situation.
You know who got that problem right now, right? Philly. They don't know what the hell to do when Embiid and Harden's on the court together, because Harden's sitting here trying to run pick and roll with arguably the best center in the NBA, who has a bag, and it just doesn't work. Now you're taking the ball away from Embiid. He's sitting there like, bro, I'm not running a pick and roll all game. Like, it's weird. It's hard.
If we want to talk real quick, ball handler and big wise, watch out for Bron and AD. I'm just saying. I know it sounds crazy. Okay, you guys are with it. Everybody I talk to, they're like, oh, no shot. They looked like 2020 last night against the Bucks. They started in the fourth quarter. They didn't mess around.
That was a great game.
Fourth quarter didn't mess around.
Man, they picking up some serious steam over there, bro. It's looking good, bro. Yeah, everybody was knocking Nerwin Ham, bro. But I like what he doing, bro. Nerwin Ham he gonna be a solid coach throughout the year. It's gonna take some time to learn his crew, but I mean they beginning to catch some steam. AD just gotta stay healthy, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
They say they gonna be all right, man. For real. I don't know where I feel like they gonna probably land in like. They probably still be a playing team. I feel like they'll be like.
I think
they're a 5.
If they keep up this pace,
I feel like this
pace, 5. Yeah, I say 5.
5 through 8 for me. 5 through 8.
Yeah, 8 is playing, right? Ain't that still the playing?
Yeah,
or that's
technically still playing.
Yeah, so I think they might be 8.
They're 5, 6, 7, or 8. They're in that area for me.
Yeah,
if they keep the pace. But we're going to call that an episode. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and coming back, checking out on us. Thank you for AJ for coming in. And, hopefully you guys see his face again. EJ, you're always here. You're the man. But thank you, everybody, and tap in next week.